Hello. How are you? I'm continuing to recover from my accident the other day. Hello, So Primitive. Thank you. I appreciate your good wishes. I really do. That's very kind. It's very, very nice. The road to recovery is a slow one. I'm not sure when I'll walk again. And I've been very grumpy about that over the past couple of days. Hello, Cece. It's good to see you. But a video crossed the transom. I was talking to Crochetter this morning. Hello, vultures. Just so you guys know, tomorrow, Crochetter and I will be streaming about Snow White since he has actually seen the movie and I have not. So tomorrow will be a chill day. No drama, no nothing, unless you want to count the huge financial bath that Disney has taken on Snow White and other projects. That's drama, but we will be talking about the film. Hello, Denise. Good to see you. Did I say hello to you, vultures? I hope I didn't skip you. Anyway, so this video crossed the transom today, and it's by a content creator that I'm not terribly fond of. But I thought, you know what? This is going to be good for a laugh. Why not? I needed a topic today. And yesterday I did free speech in the UK. And it was good, and I really enjoyed doing that. But today I thought, all right, I know that you all enjoy. Oh, good. I'm glad, vultures. Very good. I wouldn't want to forget you. And I know that you guys love some drama. I understand that Yo Mama is streaming right now. I'm not going to watch his stream. You know that I do not like him. I think he's a fraud. When I heard that he said that he came into the community right after that terrible tragedy at that gamer event that he attended where his friend was killed, and he had made a promise to himself that he was going to go forward and not allow dogpiling and unfairness and all that. And the first fucking thing he did when he came into the community was dogpile me and Negz, and spread lies that had been spread about us for months, if not years. I fell out. I have no respect for that man. I don't like him. I don't think he should be driven off the platform. But I've made my issues with Yo Mama pretty fucking clear for the past several years. I don't think he's funny. I don't think that he's this great savior to come along and hold a mirror up to the community and show everybody who is who and what is what. He's just as bad as anybody else. He's just as bad as the people he criticizes. And then the person we're going to watch right now is even worse. So, anyway. Yeah, he took a break, apparently. His channel was being reported. And he decided to private everything. Let the storm blow over. And now he's back to explain his shitty jokes about kicking cats and, white people having unnatural fondness for pit bulls and poor Michael Vick and that kind of shit. And then pointing fingers at other people. But we're going to get to all that. We're going to get to Michael Vick. We're going to get to Yo Mama. We're going to get to everybody, right? Hi, Rosie. Yeah, he's a moron, Aunt. He makes you laugh sometimes. I don't remember the last time he made me laugh. I don't understand his humor. I don't, listen, I fully acknowledge that I don't like gamer humor. I don't understand middle-aged men acting like teenagers and talking like teenagers, and laughing like hyenas at their own unfunny jokes. It's just not my bag, all right? It's not my thing. So let me present, without further ado, old friend of the channel, right? Oh, yes. Good old Bridget. Bridget decided that she had to stick her oar in because she had to come out and sweep for, I don't have broken ribs, vultures. I have one. And I think that the snap happened very, very high up. Because when I use my crutches, I can feel the pressure. I can feel the problem at the top, like right at the top of the rib cage. And when I turn over in bed, I can feel it. When I breathe in and out too heavily, it's very, very painful. So I am taking little breaths, tiny breaths, and I'm not moving around a lot. But yeah, I think that the rib was snapped right, like close to the collarbone, I think, because that's where I can feel it. And I'm also very sore all over. All right, so let's see what Bridget had to say. She came to sweep for garlic bread. And no, Bridget, I know that you have a hair trigger when it comes to anything involving racism. But no, in the thumbnail and what I just said, I did not mean to imply that you are a charwoman. It is not a racially loaded term or thumbnail. It means you are sweeping. You are a sweeper. Do you know the term Janny? Jannies are the people who come along to clean up after content creators or individuals that they're fond of who have committed an enormous fuck up. And that is what you are for garlic bread. And it's actually very funny to watch, since you think that you're the smartest person in the room. And I guess I owe Bridget an apology. Was the guy driving on the wrong side ticketed? No, he was driving down the middle of the road and he drove off. And I was in a very rural part of Connersville where there are no cameras. There's no CCTV. Most people don't have Ring cameras. So, sadly, it wasn't caught on video. But I have a picture of the car totaled with the firefighters swarming around. I had to be pulled out of the car. That sucked. So anyway. No, Heidi. No, but from what I understand, these sorts of accidents are very common in rural areas. You know, some asshole will come barreling down the middle of the road because, truth be told, there aren't a lot of people on the road in rural Connersville. And so you figure, fuck it, you know, I can go and I can drive like 80 miles an hour down the road. What's the worst thing that could happen? Well, the worst thing that could happen is that you're driving in the middle of the road and somebody's coming in the opposite direction, which can happen on a road, you know, on a 2-lane road. And so I had to swerve to avoid a head-on collision. And I was telling Negz that that's how my friend John Holloman at CNN died. He was, he lived in rural, in a part of Georgia that was close to Atlanta. Not exactly rural, but, you know, pretty empty roads. And he went out one morning to buy syrup for his son's pancakes. And he was hit in a head-on collision and it killed him. It was horrendous. It was horrendous. And because he had the bad luck to die during all the drama of impeachment, the impeachment of Clinton, you know, the grand jury being convened in DC and, you know, witnesses coming in and out and all the TV crews being occupied, filming people coming in and out of the courthouse and breaking news every day. Very few people could attend his memorial service or his funeral. But the good thing was that John was in the running to be the first journalist in space. And so when John Glenn went back up in the late 90s, he took a picture of John with him, John Holloman. And that was very, very touching. But it can happen. You know, it can happen. It's not as uncommon as one might think. People drive very, very recklessly in the country. All right. Let's, hello, Goral. It's good to see you. All right, let's play Bridget's video and let's point and laugh at her. All right, let's go.
Going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So I know I said that I would not be covering this guy because he is very problematic and a liar and a
So are you. You're problematic and you're a liar. Although, Bridget, I think I owe you an apology because I had defamed you most offensively by suggesting that you are making a bad economic decision by taking out student loans at your big old age. And you corrected me, apparently, where you said that you have not taken out student loans to get your master's and PhD. Good for you. Okay? I'm glad you found a way to go to grad school and not have to go into debt. That's good. Mazel tov. I stand corrected. But my follow-up question to you, since I now know that you're not breaking the bank, you're not putting yourself into debt for the rest of your life with this, whatever it is you're doing at this university. My question is, you know, when I was in college and I was taking graduate level courses, I had, obviously, the people in those courses were either getting their masters or their PhDs. They didn't have a lot of time on their hands. They had a lot of reading, a lot of writing, a lot of seminars, meetings with their professors, thesis advisory, all of that. And my question to you is, where do you find the time to be on Twitter all day, to upload these videos, granted, not that often, hop on panels with Jan, and generally be involved in everybody's fucking business 24/7 while still pursuing a PhD? I think that you need to do a series of videos on time management, because I have to say that I'm very impressed, because none of the people I knew back in the day would have been able to juggle that many projects at one time. But let's continue.
Reflector and a hypocrite. So we know that Yo Mama actually kind of ran from the internet when he got called out on the things that he has said. So I am going to react to the entire video that he uploaded that it took him 10 days to come up with an answer for. That was just weak. It's like this guy cannot stop deflecting, dodging responsibility, and making excuses for some pretty messed up behavior. So
okay,
let's break.
Neither can you, Bridget,
down.
but okay.
Y'all want to just wait, mama back at it again? Shit. Let's get straight into the jokes. White people, let me tell y'all something. White people, no disrespect to white people, but white people treat their dogs like they're in their family. You know what I mean? Like he's part of my family. Like I had a fucking neighbor. I had a neighbor that fucking had a funeral for their fucking cat. A fucking funeral. It's like I'm gonna take a day off to fucking pray for a cat? What the fuck?
Clearly, Yo Mama has never had pets.
I was like, who the fuck you think I am?
You see how he cut that part out? Because how stupid it sounds? Me going to a pet funeral and taking a day off of work? Like, he had to cut that so he can give his little commentary so he can make it serious. And he didn't play the full video. And
he clearly hasn't had a pet. He hasn't had a pet. If you don't want to go to a funeral, which probably nobody asked him to go to the funeral, but if you're going to go to people have their pets cremated. So why is Yo Mama sitting up here acting like in one moment he doesn't care about animals, because he literally said that he doesn't care about animals like that, quote. Mm-hmm. But now he's talking about how he clearly cares about animals. And
you know what I love here? I love how seriously she's taking all this. She's sitting there acting Like she just cracked the code of the Kennedy assassination. Or just revealed an incredible dark secret. All right? I could give a fuck less what Yo Mama thinks about anybody's animals, pet funerals, whatever. If we're to believe what he said, he was kidding about all that stuff. All right? About kicking the cat, about the cat funeral, about his neighbor, about whatever. Look at how seriously she's taking all this. It is absolutely hysterical. Like, Bridget, it's only the fucking internet. Why do you care so much? Why is this the hill that you're dying on? You know? I mean, this is so like, I'm embarrassed for you, which is exactly why I am playing this video. Because I'm so embarrassed for you that I want to spread the embarrassment as far and wide as I possibly can. I want us all to share in the embarrassment. You've never met this man, okay? You've never met this man. This man has no impact on your life. He's not on your thesis committee. You've never met Garlic Bread, who you simp for. It is so embarrassing. Let's continue.
BBJ and every other animal in the world. Really?
Reason for that? Because it is literally stand-up comedy. It is literally jokes. I mean,
you're not doing stand-up comedy. You are in your car. You have one video of you doing like an open mic at the Haha Cafe. One video. So let's not get it twisted. It's not like he was trying to jumpstart his comedy career.
Maybe he was.
One video.
DL Hughley told the same joke.
Black people hardly got pets.
So he said DL Hughley told the same jokes.
Okay.
I'm editing right now, but I also want to add that the only thing that Yo Mama has in common with DL Hughley is they're both Black and they're both illiterate. He said...
And they're both illiterate. I beg your pardon, madam. I beg your pardon. Did you just say something incredibly rude and nasty about D.L. Hughley? Why, yes, I believe you did. I happen to think D.L. Hughley is funny. You know. That's just my sense of humor. I thought that he was great in the original Kings of Comedy. But I'm sorry, he's illiterate to you, Your Highness. I was going to say the difference between Yo Mama and D.L. Hughley. First of all, D.L. Hughley is a comedian. He gets paid to do it. He's a professional. And second of all, D.L. Hughley is actually funny. He tells a joke and I can hear people laughing, including myself. But let's continue.
When that video came out of where he was switching condoms on girls, the Magnum condom to the small condom that he could fit.
What I used to do is I used to fake girls out, right? I used to go buy them Trojan condoms, and I used to buy the Magnums, right? Then I open up the Magnum ones and I put the Trojan ones in there. And then when I had the girl, I was like, yo, look at what I'm messing with. I'm messing with these Magnums, but it was really a Trojan one up in there. That's what I used to do. I used to get them. They're like, ooh, they see that gold pack. They be like, oh, he's packing. Not really.
Yo, big catfish, man.
Not really. Hey, if women can fake the funk, I don't understand why men can't. You know what I'm saying? If women could mess around, wear fake hair, fake breasts, fake asses. I mean, a guy got to do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he ain't all that well endowed like everybody else. But you know what I'm saying? But that's.
Okay, is there a joke in there? I'm sorry. I don't speak gamer, right? I don't hang out with middle-aged men who act like they're 14, 15 years old, talking on a headset with a bunch of other 14 and 15-year-old kids. I'm not familiar with that. And I don't find those jokes funny, not because I have no sense of humor, but because I'm a grown-ass woman and I like people to tell jokes that are actually amusing. So you're going to have to tell me if that was a joke or not, if that was funny or not. I don't, you know? Yeah, exactly. I just don't, whatever. I don't even understand what the fuck the point of that was. But of course, Bridget is going to get all bent out of shape over it. Let's see.
That was a joke. So he's stealing jokes from DL Hughley.
Okay.
He stole jokes from Earthquake.
I don't know who that
Do you
is.
not think that stand-up comedians get pissed off when people steal their jokes? That's a big no-no in stand-up. This dude was never a stand-up comedian.
We know he wasn't a stand-up comedian, Bridget. We're aware of that. So what are you going to do? You're such a Karen, you know. I can totally see this bitch sitting down to write out an email, a strongly worded email to D.L. Hughley. Dear Mr. Hughley, I know that you're illiterate, but I'm hoping that you're going to read my message. Were you aware of the fact that there's somebody on YouTube named whatever the fuck his name is, and that he is stealing your material? Were you aware of that? Go ahead and do it, Bridget. Let us know what D.L. Hughley says.
You notice that? You notice black people don't really got dogs and cats and shit like that? Because we don't really like chaining up things and putting collars on things, and you know what I'm saying?
This is stereotyping shit. This is stereotyping. Talking about white people do this with their dogs and their animals. Black people, they don't do this. And he goes.
You stereotype people all the time. What the fuck are you talking about? Don't you start getting huffy right now, Bridget, because we've seen you do it. We've seen you do it, and you're about to do it soon, but let's continue.
Goes on to say that, I do remember he goes on to say about, you know, since we were enslaved as Black Americans, that's why we don't like animals.
Okay.
And fucking, you know.
Sounds like
you know,
something you
like,
would say, Bridget.
Oh, my dog really loves me. He loves me. But as soon as you open up that gate, that motherfucker runs his ass off.
You know what? White folk will get up early in the morning to walk a fucking dog. Ain't that a bitch? The dog don't even have to have a leash on him. He living so good, he don't even try to get away. See, you got damn right eyes.
Let me tell you something. When I was walking my dog one time, he did come off the leash. He got out of the harness. It was too loose. He ain't go nowhere.
That's amazing, Bridget. What a great story. So treating your dog well, it's not just for white people anymore, huh? All right. You win.
Do Black people not know how to treat their dogs?
Sit.
Hey,
Black folk
Riri.
ain't got that kind of fucking luck with dogs. Because if we open the gate, we ain't got no dog no more.
See, I don't do stand-up comedy no more. See, do I?
You never did stand-up comedy. You have one video that you have made into a cartoon figure. You can put it in black and white, but it's the same video.
Look back at videos that I made in the past and cringe? Of course I do. Do I apologize for some of the jokes that I made as a stand-up comedian and trying to practice my material?
Trying to practice your material. Just like you said, I mean, were you practicing when you stole the joke from Earthquake, where you could only fit the small size condom? Was it a joke when you were looking for those 16-year-old girls in the convention center?
What 16-year-old girls?
Mr. Moss is talking to 16-year-olds. Moss is, what up, dog? Same thing, man. Yeah, bring him over here. Yeah, he's talking to Mr. Moss is talking to 16-year-olds. We gotta go, dog. It's official. It's fucking official like a whistle. I want to see this. Because Moss is talking to 16-year-olds. Moss got a 16-year-old girl, dog. He got a 16-year-old girl. No. I promise you. Yes. We checking her age right now. I want to see this shit. I want to see this.
I'm sorry, but this is just asshole gamer behavior. I pardon him. I don't give a shit about this. This is preposterous. Oh no, there's 16-year-olds here. Yeah. It's a gamer bullshit attitude. Everybody needs to lighten the fuck up. Nobody cares.
Age. Bitch is gone. This is, here's a war.
Go, tell me from mine. Go up to the Astro.
Where's she at?
Behind the Astro, look at the Astro sign. Up there, go up.
Where? I don't see her. I don't see nothing. Oh, these girls right here, dog.
That was a joke too. That's what you said. They're all jokes.
Material? Yes, I do. But you holding me accountable for jokes when literally my name is Yo Mama, and then saying that everything that I say or everything.
Your name is Jovan. It's in your videos.
Okay, Bridget.
You said your name. There's videos on YouTube that you haven't deleted where your name is Jovan.
Okay.
My name is Jovan, aka Yo Mama.
Your name is Jovan.
We
I
got
think
it,
we should refer
Bridget.
to you as Jovan because that's what your name is.
Thing that comes out of my mouth is serious. It's just crazy. And it's this reach.
So how are we to know when you are serious and when you are not serious? Is everything that you say a joke? Because your channel says that you have no facts, but you're trying to call out people. He's going to bring up that he tried to call out people. Go ahead.
It's this reach that makes no sense to me. Because when all these people got criminal records and do all these bad things and do all
Yo, mama, all these people have criminal records, do bad things, this, that, and the other. You've talked about me. You've talked about Tasha. You've talked about No Madness Life. You've talked about garlic bread.
Uh-oh, here we go.
You've talked about that one girl, I think her name was Journey, where you couldn't read her shirt that said croak because you didn't know how to sound out croak. You said croake.
I mean, did you think it was going to be a calm day when you put that shirt on? I can't stop looking. Everybody Crocs.
How utterly fucking stupid.
Croakes. The fuck is Croakes?
How utterly
That is so
fucking
cringe.
Stupid.
Your Mama's Guide to Reading. Yeah, I don't know what that says. I'm sorry.
We don't have criminal records. I don't have a criminal record. But you talk about all of us. So who are the people with criminal records that you're talking about? Does Yaba have a criminal record herself? Who else? I think Sam does have a criminal record. Talking about just Reason, her criminal record? Those are things that were found in a docs, right? Thought you didn't go real life. You don't do all that doxing. You don't do all that real life stuff, right? But the people that you're talking about, they're talking about their reaction to a video that somebody else uploaded.
Yeah.
But you're trying to stick up for Foodie Beauty. I don't do videos on Foodie Beauty. What are you talking about, dude? You have an agenda. You try to defame people. You try to disparage their character so that nobody listens to them.
Uh-huh.
But it's all jokes. It's all jokes, right?
all this stuff that you find out.
Just as a reminder to everyone, I too have no criminal record. And I'm waiting for the part where, let's see, hang on. All right, let's continue because there's a part coming up that is really, that tickled me. Let's go.
About, and then you call them out on it and you wonder why all the other reaction channels don't call them out on it. The first thing that they say is, well,
They have no obligation to call them out on it.
the reason why I'm not calling that person out is
People-
because
People cover what they want to cover on their channel.
Right.
You cannot dictate to other people what they cover on their channel. But you get mad because these reactors are not calling out stuff. It's kind of like your good friend Gigi, how he gets so upset that other people are not calling out this mess, whether it be Charlie Gold or Yaba or Gorlick.
I think that pretty much every reactor has gotten to a point where they've gotten so fed up with somebody in the community that they're like, why can't you all see what I'm saying? Why can't you all call this out? I'm guilty of that. I've done that. Big fucking deal. We all do it. It's not just people you don't like, Bridget. A lot of people do it. It's very common, and not just in this community.
Because they're scared? You just make up stuff. You just saying words.
I'm not a reactor that go after reactors. I'm a reactor that focuses on foodie beauty. And I don't care what this person did with a DUI, abused a person, hit a person, or did some shit that got them a criminal record. But as soon as it's Yo Mama and some joke that I made in the past,
No. This has nothing to do with a joke that you made in the past. People are calling out your pattern of behavior.
Okay.
They're calling out your pattern of behavior about how you talk shit about somebody.
Yeah.
And then it's all good because you're calling them out. But you splice clips together. You put clips out of context.
Who does that sound like?
You gotta burn them at the stake. You see how that works? The reach is out of control. And then I gotta prove everything. It all stems.
Ain't nobody burning you at the stake, dude. They're using your clips talk about you. That's what you do, right?
From jokes that I made about going to my neighbor's funeral. Now, again, the problem with these clowns is that I made a lot of jokes.
You can tell that the wheels are turning. The wheels are turning in his mind to think of the next thing to say.
A lot of jokes. And one of the things that I made a lot of jokes about, I made a lot of jokes about my neighbor, which now here is another video that I made. Is this true too? Is this real? Am I telling the truth about my neighbor here? Roll it. Here, my neighbor.
Oh, my neighbor, Christian. Man, my mom used to complain because we had roaches. And my mom used to complain about.
Okay, so I'm going to point out a contradiction right here.
Oh, God.
So in the original video, when he was talking about the cat and kicking the cat and whatnot, okay, let's just say it was a joke. He didn't kick the cat. Let's just say that. Okay. In this video right here, you can tell it's an older video. The other video was an older video as well. But he's talking about when he used to live with his mom. The video that he had in the car practicing his stand-up, I don't believe that he was living with his mom then.
Wow.
He was talking about living with his mom in this video.
Wow.
This is not the same neighbor.
About Christine, my neighbor.
Can you believe? Okay, I'm sorry, but I've got. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to laugh because it hurts. Okay, breathing sort of hurts, but laughing really, really hurts. So I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I'm gonna have to calm down a little bit because I would love to give a big old belly laugh. Can you imagine putting this much effort into uncovering this totally irrelevant piece of tittle tattle? Can you imagine sitting down and putting together a fucking timeline on an individual that you have never met in your life that just gets under your skin online? Imagine going to these lengths to determine, oh, well, he lived with his mom here. It's not the same neighbor. And what exactly have we accomplished here, Bridget? What have we accomplished? Tell me. I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn. Tell me.
Every day about how they roaches was coming.
And you can tell that it's old ass video because look at his teeth. Look at his teeth.
Oh,
They go
not his
straight
teeth.
Across. They're fucking big as fuck. Them fake ass fucking teeth that he had at first. Now he got new teeth.
About Christine, my neighbor, every day.
I'm really glad that you pointed that out because that indicates a certain level of obsession that I do not share. I don't remember what his fucking teeth looked like a couple of years ago. I haven't noticed his teeth. I've never paid attention to his teeth. That's like weirdo stalkerish behavior. I don't know what you're talking about. So he popped in a flipper at some point and recorded videos. And this is supposed to prove something. Oh, it's not the same neighbor. I thought he was joking about the neighbor. I don't know why we're talking about the neighbor. Who cares about the fucking neighbor? I mean, one thing I do notice about this video is that he's obviously quite a bit younger in this video. But apart from that, no, I didn't notice the teeth, but thanks so much for playing, Bridget.
Day about how they roaches was coming to our house. I swear to God. She used to be like, oh my God, our neighbor's name.
This is your mom's house, not your house, your mom's house.
He got roaches. And that's why we got roaches. And I was like, Mom, if we ain't got roaches because our neighbor, we got roaches because we ain't cleaning up. Don't be blaming neighbors for roaches. I hate when people do that shit. That's crazy. If you got roaches, we used to, Orkin Man used to come to our house every day.
So these clowns scoping around my Facebook Live, why did they use that? You know, me having...
Probably didn't find that because it came from, what's his name? Inferno. Probably didn't find that.
roaches and my neighbor giving it to me and my mom making jokes
But he's doing like a 500-part series on your ass. Maybe he'll get to it.
about that. And then the Orkin Man coming to my house every single fucking day.
Oh, you mean Inferno, the Hannibal apologist, the Hannibal simp? Great. I'm sure that it'll be very unbiased and balanced. You know, that great mind, Inferno. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the 500-part series on Yo Mama, which I definitely will not be watching. I don't even know what Inferno's channel is, and I'm not going to go looking for it.
Because, you know, that's true and that's real. By the way, I didn't have roaches. I was just, again, making jokes. But hey.
You probably had roaches. You probably had roaches.
And I mean, that didn't fit their narrative, but keep going.
Yes, I caught 19 roaches today. I'll be back next week. Yeah, but I can't lie though. Christian let me go to his house. My neighbor, he let me in his house one time. So he let me in. He I swear to God, man, I never seen a house so dirty in my fucking life. It was the dirtiest house ever. That motherfucker had one time. So he let me in. He I swear to God, man, I never seen a house so dirty in my fucking life. It was the dirtiest house ever. That motherfucker had a weird ass sound coming from his refrigerator. I don't know if it was a moose in there. I don't know if it was a dog. I don't know if it was a cat. I don't know what the fuck was in this fucking refrigerator, but it was something that was dying, dog. Have you ever been to a haunted house? I mean, it was the daytime and I went into his house. My nigga, man.
Like I'm waiting for the joke to come in. I'm waiting to laugh.
And I was scared as fuck. I went upstairs and I heard funny noises coming from the refrigerator. A dog, a cat, a moose. It was everything in the refrigerator, man. That shit was the weirdest thing of all time, bro. I swear to God, I'll never.
Wow. So what's next? They're going to come up with a video and said, Yo Mama said that his neighbor had a moose, dog, and a cat in the goddamn refrigerator. You see, I made a lot of jokes about my neighbor. I even made
No, you don't tell jokes. You just tell fucking fabrications and lies.
a joke about my neighbor being taken by aliens, and I saw it.
Isn't that what a joke is, though? If it's a joke based on some sort of real life experience, now look at us. We're sitting here analyzing what a joke is. Is there anything less funny than trying to figure out what is funny and what isn't funny, what is a joke and what isn't? Isn't that what comedians do? They take real life events or people that they know in real life, and they create these embellished stories to tell on stage. And I'm glad that you pointed that out. Hang on. Ant. It was obvious that in that video he was much younger. That I did notice. The teeth, no. Yeah. I agree with this. You know what all this humor reminds me of, actually? Have you guys ever watched Comedy Central in the middle of the afternoon? When I was married to my ex, and he would get the flu, and I would come home from work, and he would be in bed sick, and he would be watching Comedy Central at like 2, 3 in the afternoon. They put on these stand-up shows, and this was years ago, so I'm not sure if they still do this, but back then they would put on these stand-up shows, and these comedians were crashingly unfunny. But somehow they would find an audience. You know, an audience would pay to see them. They would be in a small arena, a little theater, or a club or whatever, and they would have people there who would laugh, and, you know, they'd be headlining, and they were not funny. They were just not funny. That's what Yo Mama reminds me of. So even if you're not funny, occasionally you can find an audience. It may not be everybody's liking. There's certainly comedians I can't stand that are very popular, and vice versa. You know, there are comedians that are very popular that I think are hilarious and that are not for everybody's taste. I think Ricky Gervais is one of the funniest men in the world. And I wish he would host every awards ceremony and roast everybody, you know, to a crisp at these awards ceremonies. Some people find him offensive, transphobic, fill in the blank, phobic and ist and everything else. It's very subjective, isn't it? But let's continue.
Through my window. I mean, are you going to believe every single joke that I make with my neighbor?
So basically you're saying that we shouldn't believe anything that you say because, again, your channel comes with no facts. That's what you said.
Okay.
So are all these jokes that you're saying on your channel? Or are you calling people out? Because it can't be both.
But see, again, they didn't use none of this stuff because it didn't fit their narrative. See, their narrative is, oh yeah, we love.
Oh, so people are coming up with narratives now.
Well, yeah, they
like
are.
You do. I'm going to tell this story now.
Oh, God.
It's about the time where Hannibal was getting outed by the community. Rumors were circulating about him and what he did to his girlfriend. People really didn't know what was going on. He was going to do a live stream and address all the rumors that were happening, this, that, and the other. So Yo Mama, wish I had the video, but Yo Mama came up on his live stream. His happy ass came up on his live stream talking about all the people that were nasty and dirty and everything else, talking all bad about him. That the people that came up on Hannibal's panel,
Right.
to basically kind of defend him,
Right.
they really didn't know what was going on. They just knew that there was some accusations out there they didn't know.
Okay.
So he's talking about how stupid Vidal is, how stupid Camyon, that cat guy, whatever, that has a bad attitude and mental health issues, talking about what pieces of dog shit they were, talked about Kalari, because she went up on panel too. All these people that GP, whoever.
Okay, well, but Vidal, GP, and Kalari are pieces of shit. Whether they go on Hannibal's panel or not. That is my opinion. So now we are sitting here defending people who went on Hannibal's panel, a man who's a domestic abuser, who's arrested for it. There's a record of it. So now we're doing what exactly? Oh, well, we shouldn't have jumped to conclusions. Okay, well, that's one way of putting it. Maybe those people did go on the panel and did defend him, and they jumped the gun, and they shouldn't have. They should have waited until more facts came out. Maybe they did it out of some form of, I don't know, racial solidarity. I have no idea. It's possible. And GP really stuck around way too long. He made way too many excuses for Hannibal and eventually got himself canceled. But what does this prove exactly? Yeah, he went out. Yo Mama said, what the fuck are you doing defending this guy? And everybody got burnt. Everybody who went up there to defend him got burnt. And why are you using Hannibal as an example?
They all came up on panel and what pieces of shit they were, right? But he went from that and then went to me.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Before the panel, before the panel that Hannibal did. And I was talking about, I heard some things about how he slapped his girl or something like that. Didn't hear the whole story that Yo Mama went through over on his video because it was before Hannibal's panel where he was trying to explain. And like I said, I had talked to Hannibal before and I'm just like, nah, I don't think he did it. And I'm saying, I don't think he did it.
Oh, so you were an idiot and you decided to simp for a domestic abuser. Well, thanks for the confession. Well, I talked to the guy and he said he didn't do it. Okay. But apparently he did. So. All right. It's not the first time you've made a really bad decision and had bad judgment about a man online, is it, Bridget? Let's continue.
Like from what he's shown me, I don't know this guy like that, but from what he's shown me, I don't think that he really did it. So Yo Mama takes a video of me being on Jan's panel the day before, whatever it was, before the live stream, I know. And I was like, he probably just threw a taco shell at her. And he talked about how disgusting I was for defending this domestic abuser.
Yeah, that was disgusting, Bridget.
When I saw that, I felt some kind of way.
I'm sure you did.
Because not only did he take this out of context, I am also a victim of domestic abuse.
Are you?
I still have a scar right under my eye that I cover up with makeup. I had an air cast on my ankle from where I got shoved the shit out of because I was trying to run away from this motherfucker.
Okay, now.
I saw that and I left a comment in Yo Mama stream like, you should be ashamed of yourself for you to call me a domestic abuse supporter, defender.
Well, if you went through all that, Bridget, if this is something that you actually experienced yourself, then why the hell wouldn't you shut your fucking mouth, sit back, take a wait and see approach, because the accusations against Hannibal were quite serious, weren't they? Why wouldn't you take a step back and wait until the story came out, instead of making some tasteless joke about throwing a taco shell at the girlfriend? It was much more serious than that. Right? Maybe instead of jumping in immediately with your buddies, you should have just been a little bit more circumspect. You weren't. You got called out for it. And now you sit here and you're all huffy about it. You know? That's whose fault is that? That's not your mama's fault. It's your fault. Yeah, I'm playing along, Michael. I'm playing along. All right, let's go.
When I've gotten my motherfucking ass beat. Was that a joke, Yo Mama? You tell me. No facts.
Cats, and we need to trigger the people in this community that loves pets.
To tell you the truth, I left a comment on his video about it. And I did another live stream with Jan and I talked about it.
Oh, no wonder I didn't know anything about it.
Did he ever come to clarify anything?
No wonder. Nobody saw it, Bridget. Nobody watches Jan. Nobody watches Jan. Maybe you should have put up a community tab post or something. And why is it Yo Mama's obligation to follow you around the way you follow him around? You see, most people who have a life, who have a job, who have kids, who have a family, don't have time to follow people from chat to community tab post to Twitter to here to there to everywhere, right? They don't have that kind of time. You're not that important, Bridget. You just aren't. I mean, it seems like you have all the time in the world to follow people around and dig into their lives and try to expose them as frauds or whatever because you're on some weird mission on YouTube and Twitter. But not everybody has that kind of time, and not everybody gives a fuck. How about that?
Nope.
See, their narrative is, oh yeah, we love cats and we need to trigger the people in this community that loves pets. But they didn't use none of the other videos or none of the other jokes I made about my neighbor giving me.
Because they're not fucking jokes. Maybe Inferno has the time, but people don't have the time to be going through 15 fucking years of your live streams and your bullshit.
Right. Just like in the current year, people don't have time to go from one live stream to another to another. I mean, some people do. There's some weirdo parasocial channel followers and fans who do have that kind of time. They seem to do nothing but mod for people at all hours of the day and night, post on Twitter 24/7, dig up all kinds of shit to DM to their favorite creators. These people are weird. All right. These people are really not okay. That would be my observation. I used to have people like that in my community. I don't anymore, thank God. Because they get a little bit too close for comfort. But yeah, not everybody has time to go through all that material. And God knows nobody wants to sit through one of Jan's live streams. Am I right, chat? Or is it just me? I think that nobody really feels like watching Jan's live streams. I mean, if people really wanted to watch them, I think that the numbers would reflect that, don't you? Let's continue.
Roaches, or my neighbor having mooses and dogs and cats in the refrigerator. Keep going.
Never go to that nigga house again. That was the last. I only went there once. Why you think I only went there once? Because I was upstairs and I had to call my mom to get me out that house. I said, Mom, hey, you need to come over here and get me out of here. Because there's a dead moose in there or something like that, or a person. I don't want to be the next dead person up in there. Oh, man.
So now we know that the neighbor that invited me to his cat's funeral also had mooses and dead bodies in his refrigerator. And
Don't nobody give a fuck, yo mama.
Oh, my
Jovan,
goodness.
That's what we're going to call you now. Jovan, you had it on your channel. That's who you are. Or is it Devon? I don't know, because you post pictures of your fucking basketball league, your Asian basketball league. I don't know what your name is no more.
Asian
They call you
basketball league.
Devon. Some people call you Jovan. Some people call you your mama. What is your name? I don't know. But we're not talking about just your neighbor. We're not talking about just your neighbor. But what else are you going to talk about that people brought up?
And can all the people who are claiming that anybody using his given name, his birth name, his government name, whatever, that they're doing it as a power play, would you people please calm the fuck down? He put it himself in his description, right? He has openly stated his government name. It's not a power play. I mean, maybe for some it is, but it's a very weak one. No, it's his name. So the fuck what? He's admitted that that's his name. He's not in the CIA, right? He doesn't have to hide his identity. He's not in witness protection. If you use his real name, it's okay. I mean, he uses his real name officially. So anybody is free to call him that, aren't they? I mean, everybody just calm down.
was abducted by aliens. These people. And when I was upstairs, I had to call my mom to get me up out of the house because I didn't want to be the next body. Again, you see this.
Your editing skills suck. Your editing skills suck.
And you say, wow, I mean, is he telling the truth? No, dude, these were all jokes. I mean, a lot of jokes about my neighbor. But again, they went through all these videos and they picked the one that they knew was going to trigger the community, right?
No, they picked the one that was the most egregious. That's what they did. They picked the one that was the most egregious.
Egregious, huh?
Joking about kicking a cat and killing it.
Uh-huh.
Who would do that? Come on now. You know this is an animal-loving community. You act like you're an advocate for animals when you're just as bad as the people that you're fucking defending. Booty beauty.
And get them all riled up and all upset. But they knew, Inferno knew that these...
You might as well have said, he's going to take a dirt nap. That's what you should have said, because that's what Foodie Beauty said. Y'all are one and the same. You gaining weight just like her, too.
And they picked the one that they knew was going to trigger.
Ma'am. Bridget, I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to be rude. Okay. I don't want to say that you're looking pudgy. Although I will say that I don't know if you're puffy. I don't know if there's something going on with you. Maybe you're having an allergic reaction to something. I don't know if you've gained weight. I don't know if it's just an optical illusion. Madam, I would back off from this topic if I were you. This particular criticism, because we all have fully functioning eyes now, don't we?
The community, right? And get them all riled up and all upset. But they knew, Inferno knew that these were all jokes because I made a bunch of jokes about my neighbor. And again, this is coming from the same man that went up on panel to support Hannibal, the guy.
Deflection. This is the same man that went up on panel to defend Hannibal. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on with Hannibal.
Okay.
Hannibal presented himself as this calm, subdued guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we really didn't know. We didn't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Okay.
We didn't know. The rumors were out there that he was an alcoholic, but we didn't know for sure until the heathens came out with their stories and whatnot. We didn't know for sure. We knew that Hannibal fell out with a lot of his supporters.
Yeah.
I got word from a person that was in that community about all the stuff that was going on. But you know what? I didn't call it out. I heard that he was an alcoholic. I heard the rumors about the venereal diseases or whatnot. I didn't talk about it because it wasn't presented on his channel.
I see.
That was his personal thing. I hadn't heard about it from the horse's mouth. I hadn't seen anything, so I didn't call it out. Just like I don't see people's police records. I don't see people's DUIs, whatever the hell it is. Not my business.
Bridget, I need to refresh your memory about something. Remember when you were trying to rehabilitate Tragic's image? Remember when you were in his DMs? And remember when those DMs got exposed? And remember how you were writing to Tragic that somebody had slipped you, somebody with connections, quote unquote, had slipped you a copy of the deed to our home? Remember that? Remember how you were trying to shop that deed to the home around? Did we ever show the deed to our home on live stream? Did we ever upload a photograph of or an image of the deed to our home on Twitter, on the community tab, anywhere else? Either of us, either myself or Negz. Remember how you were telling Tragic, I guess, and others about my work history, which you did not get correct? Remember how you were digging into my background, you were very, very interested in my professional work history because you wanted desperately to expose me as a liar. Remember that? When did I show? I mean, how can I put this? My work history is public, all right? Especially the last 17 years of my work history. I was a government employee, all right? It was very easy to look up and verify where it was that I worked, what my salary was, what my GS level was. I was a public employee. My salary and everything else, my position, the location of where I worked, that was all public information because I was paid with taxpayer dollars. It didn't stop you from going out and lying and saying that I was unemployed. But you dug into that, didn't you? You dug into me. You dug into Negz. Again, you were shopping around a copy of our deed, or Negz's deed. I'm not on that deed. I'm not a partial owner of the house. But don't sit here and tell me that the people who do deep dives into your fake internet boyfriend, Gorlick, are doing anything different than what it is that you do, Bridget, when you don't like somebody and you get them in your sights and you decide that you're going to quote unquote expose them. Like you're on 60 Minutes or some shit. This is the internet. It's fucking YouTube, you stupid bitch. Let's go.
Guy who hit his girlfriend over taco meat, right? So again, these people can do all this wild stuff and get away with it and be supported. And
What do you mean get away with it? So do you mean that you think that you're calling people out is going to stop them from getting away with it? Do you think that your videos that you do are going to be sent to the authorities to bring these people down? What do you think is going to happen when you're calling out these people, but you're making jokes at the same time, making fun of their big...
What do you think is going to happen, bitch, when you're out there calling people out on your channel? What do you think is going to happen? Nobody watches you. Your views are super low. Then in order to boost your views or to, boost your community, you go on Jan's channel, which has even fewer views. So what are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to do? Why are you out there filing all these protective orders on people that you've never met? You filed one on Tragic, and you had like 100-page PowerPoint presentation that brought in everything, the fucking kitchen sink. And then you filed one on Negz and you didn't even show up for court. What are you trying to do? The fuck are you trying to do? Seriously. What were you trying to prove when you were out there digging into my background? What were you trying to prove? Instead of studying and completing your PhD. I don't get it.
Feet, making fun of their Adidas shoes, making fun of their dorm room, making fun of them living in the basement with their mom, making fun of and fabricating that somebody does not have a car and they have to take a bus somewhere.
Oh, no.
Because you did that too. And you blamed it on Jessica Messica, saying that she said that Garlic takes the bus every fucking where.
Oh, no, she did not.
I looked over her videos. Nowhere in any of her videos did she ever say that he took the bus.
Oh, boy.
They have a picture of a truck. But I'll tell you this, when he used to call me, right? When he used to call me, he would be driving sometimes and you would hear ding, 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 ding the whole time. So no matter if his seatbelt was plugged in or not, or I don't know if it was the airbag, but every single time he drove the entire time, it was like ding, 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 ding the whole time.
And be cheered on because they're getting a person out of the way that they don't like.
Okay, so basically the whole point of this video is to sweep for Garlic. Nobody gives a shit, Bridget. Nobody cares what Jessica Messica said or whether or not Garlic took the bus. What is the fucking point and what does this have to do with Yo Mama joking around? What does this have to do with anything? I don't get it. I think that we're all well aware of the fact that Yo Mama is not a news channel, okay? He's a bullshit artist. He's a bullshit artist, and sometimes he takes himself way too seriously. A lot of hubris on that channel. But let's continue.
But me doing videos and
Who they're getting a person out of the way that they don't like. The most of the people that you're talking about and the people that are calling you out at this moment in time are people that do reaction videos to Foodie Beauty. Yaba's wife, who's sometimes on her on Yaba's channel. Garlic Bread. You did Journey, who the
fuck is that?
Foodie Beauty.
Never heard of Journey.
Michaels, who talks about ALR and Foodie Beauty. So get them out of the way. How are they getting them these women out of the way when they react to these women? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Sure, it does.
You're saying words that don't make sense.
jokes on Facebook Live about my neighbor who was actually in the chat, and he laughed at a lot of the jokes I made about him. You know what I mean?
Show the comments. Show the comments to the video then. Show the comments to the video where your neighbor was laughing. You can black out his name.
Who cares?
Just black out his name and show how your neighbor, this is my neighbor right here, you guys, and this is where he was laughing. Do that.
Oh my
Do
God.
that to prove your point.
But again,
God, Bridget, you really need to calm the fuck down. You really do. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. I'm totally, like, now I'm losing track of what it is that we're out to prove. I don't get it. I don't care. I mean, I'm following along, but this is retarded, okay? This is retarded. Let's continue.
This part didn't fit their narrative, so they didn't use it. They used the pet name, and then they made it seem like I was being dead ass serious. Crazy.
This part didn't fit their narrative. Just like you take shit out of context. Just like you took me out of context. Just like you fucking lied on Jessica Messica about garlic bread. I went back and looked at the fucking videos. I looked at them all.
I'm sure you did.
No moment in time did she ever say the garlic was taking the bus.
This is Garlic buying a used truck. This is Garlic taking out the cash to buy a used truck, which he told me about, which I heard him talk to his mother about. I heard him talk about purchasing this truck. Now, he used to say he had multiple vehicles, so I remember being like, what are you going to do with this truck?
But you made that up. Was that a joke?
Busy.
Wow, this business of Garlic possibly taking the bus really got under your skin, didn't it? It's not that serious, Bridget. It's not that serious. I mean, Garlic has been accused of much, much worse. I'm sure you're aware of that, right? We all are. Who cares? Who cares if he takes the bus or doesn't take the bus? What the hell difference does it make? Why are we at DEFCON 1? I don't understand.
And the reaching and the madness didn't stop there. Attacking me for being on a boat during spring break at Lake Havasu during.
You were not on a boat during spring break. Now we already know that Zeta called your lying ass out because you said that you owned the boat. You didn't own the boat. And then when you got called out about it, you didn't have anything to say. And then you made a music video mocking Zeta with Vicky Vibes. I don't know why the fuck she agreed to do that fucking video with your ass. And you said in that video, oh, she doesn't understand that people can rent boats. You said that you own the boat. You got called out on it.
Who cares?
And then you stepped back from it.
Okay.
Secondly, you weren't on spring break. This happened last year. Was it last year or maybe 2023? I'm not too sure. But it happened during July.
Not
Spring
July.
break is March, April.
Busted.
Spring break is March, April. It did not happen during spring break. Why are you lying? It happened in July, where families are off, children are off from school. They're off from school during summer break. Children, it wasn't spring break. But let's go on.
In a bachelor party, screaming out, rocking out with our cocks out.
You know that young kids also have spring break from school, right? This is just a quibble because I don't give a fuck about any of this. This is all so incredibly stupid. I still do not know what it is that we are trying to accomplish here. I don't get it. So you think that if you line up all of the bullshit that Yo Mama has spewed and all of the inaccuracies, lies, whatever, that's going to make garlic bread look better? That's not how it works, Bridget.
I mean, the region is unbelievable. Have you been to Lake Havasu during spring break?
Have you been to Lake Havasu during spring break? Because you didn't go during spring break, as I said before. It was in July, and the reason why I know that is because after you posted the video, Jan did a live stream.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
You being at the fucking lake. It was July, not March, April.
And now, given this horse shit with Yo Mama and the boat and spring break and July and whatever, now you all know why it is that I don't post on Instagram anymore. Now you know why I don't tweet out updates on when, we go out somewhere, we have a meal somewhere. I don't offer up anything personal on the internet the way I used to because of freaks like Bridget and Jan and people of their ilk. That's why. They really are doing a back into the left on this whole thing with the boat, which nobody gives a shit about, Bridget. But, okay, you do you.
Working, flashing. Oh, I forgot. These people are incels.
Now you show some random video. That you got from God knows where.
She's so mad.
Of some random kids, probably college kids, over the age of 21, probably some under the age of 21, at spring break. This has nothing to do with you. Why don't you show your footage?
Oh, it's not bad.
Why are you so mad, Bridget?
Where are you in this video? I'm going to look for you in the video. Is that you? No, that ain't you. The hair is too big.
Same thing. No? All right. Yeah, we got talking shit already. I got one question. What are your goals for spring break? Oh, dude, I'm out here trying to get you. He can't say it on camera.
Like, are these your friends? You don't know these people. You took some random video of somebody's spring break.
Okay, and?
And we know it's not you because did you see this cut right here? That flash, he don't know how to do that because his fucking editing skills are trash. Like I said before. It's trash.
Hey, Bridget, I wouldn't be criticizing people's editing skills until you fix your fucking audio. How about that? Just a suggestion.
Is that you? That ain't you. No, that's not you. Where are you? I'll see you. You as a 40-year-old man were partying with some fucking college kids? Okay.
Be clear. Jovan is so certain he hurt this animal.
Look, you see how this cut goes? Like, it's not even a smooth transition from here to this.
Oh, for God's sake.
Jovan.
It's like, what happened? Is this a new video?
Jovan is so certain he hurt this animal that he would assume the cat would not want him present for the funeral. My question is, Jovan, does your neighbor know any of this took place? Did you maybe explain to...
What you could have done here, Jovan, is cut to, yes, my neighbor knew. This is the Facebook Live, and these are the comments that were in the Facebook Live, and this is my neighbor right here. That's how you could have proved your point. But you didn't do that because you're a liar.
Anyone, how you, as apparently a grown man, could have been so scared by a cat that you kicked it multiple times because it jumped.
But do you see the manipulation? Do you hear it?
This is not manipulation. This is not manipulation. I'm going to tell you why.
Please do.
Multiple times. Where did I say that?
It jumped.
Because he said, okay, let him finish.
And scared the shit out of me, and I kicked the shit out of it.
You kicked it multiple times because it jumped.
Okay, so basically, and I'm going to say this is not manipulation because me and Garlic had a conversation about this.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
And he was like, he said he kicked it. He kicked the cat or whatever. And he was like, that implies multiple times. I said, no, it didn't.
No, it doesn't.
Didn't. So like he does have a different interpretation because we went back and forth about this. I was like, no, just because he said kicked, it does not mean multiple times. But the point is you're talking about kicking the shit out of a cat. And from that, it died. That's not funny. It's not fucking funny. Where's the joke? Like, I could probably laugh at the fact, I got scared from the cat because cats be all sneaky and stuff like that. I got scared from the cat and I jumped. But kicking the cat and then saying it died, where is the joke? I don't find the humor in that.
Manipulation is out of fucking control. How he adds his own stories.
Bridget, the question that I want you to answer for me, why are you so angry? Why are you so mad? Are you mad because the attention that Garlic got lasted for like 24 hours and then it all flipped? And yeah, there are going to be some cat ladies that are not going to forgive Yo Mama. Big fucking deal. It's not my problem. I'm sure he'll handle it in his own way. But are you mad that this attempt at canceling Yo Mama didn't work? Is that why you're so angry right now? Because it's obvious that you're extremely emotional about this. You're very, very, very angry. Very angry. And I don't remember what it was about their relationship, Bridget and Yo Mama. They don't have one, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know why she fell out with him. I don't remember what it was that he did or said or whatever that really pissed her off, because she's getting way too invested in this nonsense. This is bullshit. All of this is bullshit. No lives were lost. Nobody got killed. Nobody ended up in the hospital. We didn't have this giant miscarriage of justice. Nobody, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, this anger that she has towards Yo Mama is so out of proportion to whatever it is that he might have done or said, when she's just as bad. She does the same shit. But she doesn't recognize it. She doesn't see it. She thinks she's doing a public service on this bullshit channel.
To something that is said.
You add your own stories. Bitch, you said I lived in a fucking dorm. You said I lived in the dorm. You have said that I can't make it on my own, so I want to move back with my 90-year-old father like he was going to take care of me. You make up your own stories. That's what you do.
And then
and you've done it to multiple people. Again, Garlic takes the bus everywhere. If you knew anything about anything, because I'm sure you know where he lives, there's not even any buses that live in that one horse town. You would have been better off saying he takes a horse everywhere.
God, she's so upset.
And again, like I said, this was the past, making jokes and making comedy. Is it bad comedy? Is it bad jokes? Of course it is. It's the worst shit ever, listening back at the shit, right?
Just like one of the worst jokes ever that you told was that you were switching condoms on girls. Somebody said, Lo said, it was adjacent to stealthing, which is adjacent to grape.
Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Adjacent to essay, telling a shitty, awful joke, unfunny, using gamer humor, telling this bad joke is adjacent. You mean the act itself of switching, which I don't believe happened? Or telling the joke is adjacent to essay? Are you fucking kidding? Are you fucking kidding? See, this is why I can't take any of you seriously. You're all a farce. All of you. All of you. The ones who claim to stand up for victims and against predators, and who claim to stand up against anti-Semitism and bigotry and all that shit. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The guy made a shitty joke about kicking a cat, right? And he made the joke years ago. Somebody dug it up, exposed it, and now you're throwing everything but the kitchen sink into one container. Yeah, exactly. Right. But that's adjacent to SA. No, it isn't. I object. That is entirely inaccurate. What the fuck are you talking about, Bridget? Seriously. I'm so stunned that anybody would make that claim that I don't even know what to say. So I think I'll just keep it moving. Let's go.
It's dishonesty.
Oh.
That's what you do.
Oh.
Dishonesty.
Right. It's cringe. It's very cringe. But if I go to any of you clowns' MySpace or wherever, I'm pretty sure somewhere, somehow, you said something that you regretted. And I definitely do. The comedy I do is not that type of material. It's not that kind of stuff that I say anymore. And it's gross.
Yes, it is. It is. It's exactly the type of stuff you say. It's exactly the type of stuff that you say. You lie then and you lie now. You make fun of people.
Yeah.
You try to discredit people.
Yeah.
So that you can have viewers on your side.
You tried to discredit me too, Bridget, remember? You've done that to me. Everybody tries to discredit everybody in this community. It's just, the cost of doing business.
You're trash. You are absolute trash.
But again, it's only on me. Do they talk or do they make videos about these people that committed real crimes, DUIs, abuse of people?
No, they don't, because it's not on YouTube. This is from people's docs. No, they don't. You do. Your friends look up people's court records. You do that.
You looked up our deed, didn't you? I mean, you didn't look it up, all right? This is your get out of jail free card. You didn't look it up. Somebody just handed it to you, and you decided to shop it around to other creators because reasons. That's what you do, Bridget. That's what you do. I mean, listen, those cringe DMs with Tragic made us all laugh. We all cracked up because of those DMs. But don't pretend that you are above it all, Bridget. Do not pretend that you're above it all. Don't do it. Because you do the same thing.
Reading credit cards, reading about credit cards and whatnot. Wishing the worst on people.
Mm-hmm.
Your friends do that. You accuse everybody else of basically living their lives online.
Mm-hmm.
When there's people that are just making a living. They found a way to make a living from making content online.
Oh, just making a living.
But you and your friends haven't found that strategy. You haven't found a way to do that. So in my mind, in my interpretation of all of this, you're fucking jealous. And when somebody calls you out on some shit, you try to discredit them with bullshit.
Jealous of whom? Who is he jealous of? I've never gotten that impression that he's jealous. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't care. I'm not that invested. I think that his, oh, sorry, I was just shifting a little bit because I'm in a lot of pain. So, wait, who is he jealous of? I mean, listen, the whole interaction with the whole Keemstar crowd was tasteless. I think we can all agree on that. You know, going out and slamming Keemstar and the crew and everything else. And then boasting about being the employee of the month, which is basically $1,000 that he won in a raffle that is open to members on LolCow Live. And they jokingly referred to it as employee of the month. Yeah, that was tasteless, and people had a right to roast him over that. But, come on. You know, the rest of it, it's all par for the course. It's been going on for years. For years. And the people who engage in this behavior sit around and hypocritically complain when it's done to them. Or when it's done to their friends. But they engage in it. We all know that, okay? We're all in on it. We get it.
People are talking about people dying or cut their legs off and all that other stuff. Do they speak on stuff like that? Of course not. Because when you bring that stuff up to these clowns, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, I don't focus on the reactor. I focus on Foodie Beauty. Well, if that's the case, then why are you focusing on a reactor? That's right. I'm not the...
What do you mean? I focus on Foodie Beauty. Then in that case, then why are you focusing on a reactor? Because you know what? You insert yourself into shit that don't belong to you.
So do
you.
You
insert yourself into people's fucking commentary that has nothing to do with you.
So do you,
You're
Bridget.
Sitting up here defending a woman that has said some of the most vile things. They've done the little mustache salute. They've said disparaging things about different races.
So have you,
different
Bridget.
ethnicities. But you're sitting up here defending that. But it makes sense. Because you've talked about stereotypes of Black people and white people. So I guess you're used to that.
I'm not the type of reactor that is reacting the way that you guys want me to react.
I do know.
No. He says, you're not the type of reactor that you guys want me to be. That's not the case.
Okay.
People try to fucking ignore you.
Right.
FFG for a very long time ignored you. Yaba for a very long time ignored you. I got to the point where I'm fucking trying to debunk things that you're saying about me because you started coming after me for whatever reason, because I guess you noticed that I wasn't coming into your chats anymore because I was just done with you.
Oh my God, the narcissism of that statement. Do you think he really noticed? Do you think that Yo Mama really takes attendance in his chat? Do you think that with the number of people that he has showing up in his chats that he really sits there and calls the roll? Bridget, my God, this is really embarrassing.
I didn't say anything to you. I stepped away quietly. But you started coming after me for what?
I don't know.
For what?
I don't know.
to disparage me because you were mad because I left your community.
Oh my God.
That's the only thing that I can come up with.
I'm sure that there's more to this story.
People try to ignore you. They don't want to be bothered with you. But here you are like a little gnat buzzing around everybody's fucking ear. The only motherfuckers that really want to be bothered with you are pets and whoever else is giving you donations or whatnot, and Bally. Bally.
Okay, not Bally.
You better lean into that because that's the only one that's going to be with you at the end of the day.
You know what? I am so relieved that I have never watched even one nanosecond of Bally's content because Bally seems to be popping up everywhere and people are talking about her. I don't know anything about this bitch. I don't know anything about her content. I've never watched her. I know that there are 2 Steves involved. I have no idea who or what she's about. But bold statement, Bridget. Bold statement that all he's going to be left with is Bally. I think you're wrong about that, okay? That's just my guess.
I do know FFG wanted to take a look at the video tonight. Would love for her to do that. I reached out to her myself. I know she tried to reach out to me, but no worries, FFG.
Now, this is where this shit gets real fake. FFG reaches out to this guy in the DMs, and he reaches back out.
Wrong, bitch. Wrong. FFG did not reach out to him in the DMs. Wrong. No facts. No facts, but let's go on.
I'm aware of that, and
FFG
thank
to
you.
talk about me. Yet this man made 17 videos about
What nobody trying to talk about you. Fuck out of here.
What?
BBJ, what BBJ's doing, the health of BBJ, the nails in the paws, every chance he gets to go after Foodie Beauty, it's always about BBJ. Has BBJ in the thumbnails, everything BBJ, because he cares about this cat and he loves this cat so much and he loves animals. Yet when he has the opportunity to communicate with the person that can give him a live update about BBJ, does he ask FFG, how's BBJ doing? Absolutely not.
She wouldn't answer anyway. What's the point?
In my video, BBJ is coming up on 20.
Hold on. Let me stop it right here. Right? Because he was just talking about how people make up whole ass narratives, right? And this is what he just did. FFG did not reach out to him in the DMs because I'm smiling because it's fucking hilarious. This is the joke right here. Right here. Yo mama.
I'm ready. Screen,
the joke. FFG didn't reach out to Garlic. Did he even watch the videos? FFG was trying to reach out to Garlic.
Was she?
To find out if it was okay for her to react to his video.
Really?
She didn't have his email address. I was even like, hey, I say Garlic, but hey, Garlic, you want me to reach out to her to let her know it's okay? Because she couldn't get in contact with him.
This is cringe.
They never spoke. They never talked.
What if
this motherfucker, what this dumb fuck is thinking is that everybody's in DMs, everybody's in Discord calls talking about this shit. It's not true. But
it is true, actually.
They never fucking talked. They never spoke.
Maybe not in DMs or Discord calls that you're involved in, Bridget, but it is true. But anyway, let's continue.
But Garlic wanted to get the message out there that yes, it's fine if you use my video to react to. But Yo Mama just made up a whole ass fabricated story that he's thought of in his mind because he thinks that people are in DMs talking. He thinks that people are talking like he talks to people in DMs. That's what it is.
Oh.
5 years old. The oldest cat to ever live is 31.
This is deflection. I don't give a fuck about the Guinness Book of World Records longest living cat. To be quite honest with you, me personally, I don't care about BBJ. I think that that BBJ has probably passed away.
I agree.
He's so old, has so many health issues.
She probably has.
And this, that, and the other. But I don't care about BBJ. But this no life having motherfucker is worried about a fucking cat. And he said he don't even like cats. He made a joke about killing a cat. Nice.
BBJ is 6 years removed from being in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Nobody cares.
And your opportunity to give.
Nobody cares. He didn't have an opportunity. Again, there was no opportunity because these two individuals never spoke.
A live update on a cat that you so-called care about and love so much and made multiple videos about and monetize them all.
Why don't you show the videos? Just like you were talking about, oh, Garlic made all these videos about Mike Vick and he loves Mike Vick and this, that, the other. And when you said it, I made my fucking video looking for all the Mike Vick videos that Garlic Bread has made. Or Ryan Moody, I'm sorry. It was on the other channel. Found one. I think I found one. Might have been two. It was one for sure. One video.
Anybody don't give a fuck about animals in this community is Garlic Bread. Go to his Ryan Moody football channel. Okay. He literally has Mike Vick all over his channel. All over the titles.
Okay.
All over the playing with Mike.
Okay. He gave us the challenge. Let us go to his page to see Mike Vick. Okay, so we are currently on Ryan Moody's page. I see Madden 16 Elite Mike Vick. That was 7 years ago. I'm looking for Mike Vick in the title. Where is Mike Vick? Michael Vick, am I missing it? I saw one 7 years ago. Okay, that's it. I didn't see a plethora of Mike Vick videos. You made that shit up. Was it a joke? Just joking.
It was probably bullshit gamer talk. You know, it was bullshit, hyperbolic. I'm guessing. Okay, hyperbole, whatever. But that one video that he did, that Garlic Bread made, talking about meeting Michael Vick and saying that Michael Vick was nice to him and all that. Everybody has seen this video at this point. I played it on my channel, right? We've all heard what he said. So, I'm afraid that I don't know what leg you're standing on, madam, but I don't see what the point is. So you pointed out that he exaggerated when he said that Michael Vick was all over Ryan Moody's channel. Okay, so maybe that's not true. But he did come out and defend Michael Vick. He did do that. We all heard it with our own ears. So what is your point? I'm not fucking getting it.
Drop the ball and not get a live update or conversation.
What no ball to be dropped. Move on, please.
On how
exactly, vultures.
So you can update your audience who supposedly.
Why update your audience when he's reacting to Foodie Beauty? He's not reacting to conversations with FFG. He's not reacting to what goes on behind the scenes. He is reacting to Foodie Beauty. Every video that he has done about BBJ, it has involved Foodie Beauty. It hasn't involved FFG. The lies.
Oh my God, the drama.
The deflection. Deflection.
The drama.
Word of the day, deflection.
Okay.
He cares about this cat or supposedly cares about animals, period. Again, this shit is so fucking fake because these people are fake.
You are fake. Projection. Second word of the day, projection. You're fake.
Okay, Bridget.
You make up lies. You make up stories. You offend people. Your shit is not funny. What do we got? We got about a minute left.
As hell. They never cared about cats. They never cared about pets. And then when a reaction channel.
You don't care about cats. You don't care about pets.
Okay.
That's you. And you make up stories.
You know, all of this would be so easily resolved. All of this would be easily resolved, Bridget, if you stopped watching him. Just don't watch him. You clearly don't like him. You don't like his sense of humor. You don't like his content. You think he's an asshole. You think he's a liar. You and Ryan Moody and Inferno have like a whole little thing going on where you're going to take this man down. Okay, I guess. I still don't understand what the fuck is going on, but if that's what you want to do, go ahead. If that's what you're committed to. But just don't watch him. You know? He doesn't have a big channel. He's not influential. He's not out there with like a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million sub channel where he has a real impact, where he can go out there and seriously affect people's opinions of others in a way that is economically ruinous, reputationally ruinous, whatever. Just don't watch him. Don't watch him. What's the big fucking deal? I don't get it. Why are you so invested?
Along and calls them out on their hypocrisy. They go from ignoring to going IRL to striking their channel.
At this point right now, I don't fucking believe you got struck.
He did.
I don't believe it at all.
I believe he did.
You have shown no fucking proof.
I believe he did.
That your channel was about to come down because on your Twitter, you basically said that. Let's find the tweet. This is what you said. You take clips when I was a stand-up comedian 13 years ago and strike my channel down so I can't respond. Girl, world trash. You missed a comma up in there. And then you show a screenshot of just the notification from your home screen. You didn't show the actual, oh, your channel is coming down. What it says is your YouTube account will be disabled. Hi, Yo Mama, received a copyright removal request for your video. Based on the applicable copyright law, remove video from video title. Yeah. What was it? Why didn't you show the whole message? The whole message. It didn't say your account will be terminated. It didn't say your account will be banned. It says disabled. And then now you're talking about how girl world is trash because your channel was struck down.
Yeah.
Let's look at the comments. Let's look at the comments in here.
You know what's so funny about this? Bridget really up here acting like she's a fucking prosecutor in a court of law in a death penalty case. There you go. There you go. So
because your viewers and shit were asking what the fuck is going on, right?
Hi Dee. Hi my love.
Reality check says, according to YouTube, you closed your account. This video is no longer available because the uploader has closed their YouTube account. What did you say? It says I got 20 days to download my videos. Why don't you show that? Why don't you show it?
Show what?
Your account has been disabled. You have 20 days to download your videos. Show it. Show it, bitch. What else? That's not how it works. I have a YouTube channel and I received copyright claims just like a lot of us girl world trash have. If your channel were taken down by YouTube, the link to your video would say channel closed for multiple violations. If you have copyright claims, you counter them.
Still mad, Dee.
She shows an account where it says this video is no longer available because the YouTube account associated with this video has been terminated. Let's see what else. Let's look at these. Like, these are people replying to you. Look at this. More deflection. Imagine Kaya can stay, but I can go. Are you jealous?
Oh,
are you
boy.
Jealous of Kaya? Somebody says my membership was paused. So your channel wasn't terminated. Your channel wasn't terminated if the membership was paused. Why would they pause a membership if your channel has not been terminated? Doesn't make sense.
See, that is exactly my point, Aunt. That is exactly my point. Why would anyone care about any of this? Why would anybody care about this? She is taking all of this way too personally. In her effort to stand up for Ryan Moody. You must be joking. I mean, if you want to do that, fine. However, you're getting very wound around the axle over men on the internet that you have never met. Who does that sound like? I'm just saying.
I am fighting this bull. Somebody says you literally closed your, like, so basically you made up a lie. People called you out on that shit because I was like, I was like, you know what? I was just looking at his video yesterday. Let me pull this up, and it said account closed. Account closed. You didn't. YouTube didn't disable your account. Let's see what else. Oh, even your friend, Little Peanut, the suspected white supremacist. Yo, what the fuck?
Oh, you hear that, guys? She just called Peanut a suspected white supremacist. Peanut, I guess, is on a list now. She is a suspected white supremacist. What a surprise that Bridget is going to throw down the fucking race card totally out of nowhere for absolutely no reason and smear somebody with an accusation. Suspected white supremacist. Right? So, where the fuck did that come from? But then again, it wouldn't be a Bridget video without a random accusation of racism, lying about or accusing somebody of lying about their ethnicity, accusing somebody of lying about their background. You know, that's Bridget's MO. Doesn't make you a lot of friends around here, Bridget, but let's continue.
Where's your channel, man? She didn't even know. And you know what? You didn't even respond to her. Some people are saying you were lying. Some people are saying that, like, what's going on? But you're not responding to any of them. You're still going with this fabrication that your channel was disabled and terminated by YouTube, so you couldn't respond. You could respond on Twitter. We know that you don't know how to spell and write words, so you could have even made a video. You could have even done a live stream from Twitter, but you refused to do that.
Oh well.
They go from ignoring to going IRL to striking their channels.
Who struck your channel?
We know who struck his channel.
Struck your channel? Just say it. Just say it. Again, like you said, people try to ignore you, but you keep on and on and on. You talked about my ass over and over again when I wasn't even thinking about you. You talked about Garlic's ass. He wasn't thinking about you. Yaba wasn't thinking about you. FFG wasn't thinking about you. Journey wasn't thinking about you.
Who the fuck is Journey?
And that's just a few people that you have gone after. And every single one of us have tried to ignore you. But you keep on and you keep on and you keep on. Sounds like a little bit of a harassment to me, right?
Does it?
Which is what happened to me. I mean, I had 3 people at the same goddamn time strike my videos.
Show the copyright strikes. If you don't want to say who it is, just blur out the names. Blur out the names. Show some proof. Show it.
While I was going out of town. And that's the reason why I hid all my videos.
Oh, so now you were going out of town now. That's the reason why you hid all your videos.
My videos while I was going out of town. And that's the reason why I hid all my videos.
How come you didn't tell people? Usually you tell people, oh, I'm going here. I'm going to the mountains skiing. And I'm going to have some other person help my daughter up the hill because I'm going to show her in this toxic ass fucking community. Delete your daughter's channel too. People know about that.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know his daughter had a channel. Thanks for letting the world know, Bridget. Well, the world that watches you. It's a very small world. Yeah, I agree. Yo, mama, your kid should not have a channel. Absolutely not. I mean, if she's posting, showing her face and using her real identity, I would strongly advise you to get that kid's channel taken down. And if she wants to post, she should do so anonymously and never show her face. Or use her real voice. That would be my suggestion to you because the community is full of psychos.
Delete it. This is a toxic ass community that you are in, and you are a major source of the toxicity.
Videos so I can take all these people out so I won't continuously get strikes by these people. So when I get back home, I can just edit these people out and never talk.
It's too many videos for you to edit people out. all you do is talk shit and lie about people. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, and I put it in a community post and I tagged you.
Oh boy.
If you use my goddamn song again about yo mama, who do you think you are? You're absolute beat, which means you're shit. You don't even understand what that says, but you play that clip all the time. For your memberships, I will copyright claim you. That is a song that I put together with original lyrics, help from others. Thank you, Jan's Views.
Oh my God.
I will copyright claim you.
Bridget out here acting like she and Jan's Views composed the equivalent of Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah, I'm going to copyright claim you. That would be stupid, Bridget. That would be a really bad move. That would be a really, really bad move. But it wouldn't be the first bad move you made on the platform, that's for sure. So, why are you so spiteful? Why? Why are you so spiteful? I don't get it. Why are you so angry? I'm not... This is what I'm trying to figure out with this video. Why is she so angry? Why? Makes no sense. But okay.
So if you're going to put those videos back up, I suggest that you cut out those parts too and never use that song again, because I'm claiming each and every one of them.
Talk about them again, because they talk about how thin skin Foodie Beauty is, but look at what they do. I mean, they can't handle.
Look at what they do after you disparage them. You've talked about a child's SA and the pain.
Oh, God.
I'm enjoying this video, and I hope that you guys can watch this doing this shit in the hotels. Kind of crazy, but I mean, it kind of worked out.
Oh, you're in a hotel? You sound like you in your bathroom at home. That's what it sounds like. You in Busy Bee's bathroom? Sound like you talking real slow. It wasn't all the boisterous. Let me stop sharing this. It wasn't all the boisterous and the yelling at the fucking camera. It wasn't all that. Sounds like you were trying to talk real low. It's echoing in the bath. Because like you know how you sing in the bathroom, and you think you're sounding real good because you got that.
Bridget, it seems to me that you are in your cups, which is somewhat entertaining. Somewhat, not a lot, somewhat entertaining. But I don't think that you're aware of how you're coming across on camera. I don't think that you're getting it. You sound crazy. You have landed no blows. There is nothing that you have said that is interesting in any way. As a matter of fact, I found my mind was wandering during most of this video. I don't understand what it is that you're trying to accomplish with it. I mean, I do. I know that you're trying to defend Ryan Moody. I understand that. But I think that a lot of your protestations will fall on deaf ears because Ryan Moody is not a well-liked figure in the community. And I don't understand why you are taking this all so personally. I don't get it. But let's continue.
Echo going on. He in the bathroom, y'all, trying to hide from his wife. Last thing I'm going to bring up is this. Because he did not, this was all deflection for him. He didn't address anything that was brought up in the many videos that people had talked about. Okay, so this is it. Yo mama's response. This is my breakdown of his response. It says deflection, blame shift. These people are incels. He said that in the video. I stole jokes. He stole jokes from DL Hughley before he said he stole jokes from Earthquake. Inferno was friends with Hannibal. Has shit to do with Bug. Random clips of white college students on spring break. You didn't go to Lake Havasu on spring break. You went in July. Not once did he address him laughing at a dog he said was abused for over 10 minutes with rewinds. He kept rewinding it to hear the dog scream and holler.
Can somebody please, now that Doris is here, can somebody please explain this motherfucking cornbread drama to me? apparently this cornbread account has been popping up in a bunch of different communities or a bunch of different chats. And everybody keeps on addressing this troll. I'm not sure why. I don't get it. I don't know where this cornbread account came from, and I don't know why everybody addresses this individual. So if somebody could explain it to me, remember that account that popped up on Twitter a couple of years ago? Like, it began with an L. It wasn't Lucille. It was like Louise, the Louise account. Remember that I was, accused of running that Louise account, and the account had like 11 followers, and people were so triggered by this Louise account, and then Louise disappeared, and people were like really bent out of shape about who was behind this account. I'm getting a similar like vibe from this cornbread account. I don't know who the fuck cornbread is. I don't know why anybody addresses them in chat. Why don't you just block the person if they're really that annoying? And keep it pushing. Who cares?
Trigger warning for you. I'll play the sounds to the video with him laughing.
Got it,
so
Doris.
This is your trigger warning. Come back. I'll put the time stamp on the screen of when you can come back if you don't want to hear that dog hollering and your mama laughing at it like it was a joke.
Now listen to the dog after J Mal took care of it. Listen to this.
Bridget, I'm going to fast forward over this part. What I would like to know, Bridget, is why is it that your pretend boyfriend on the internet, Garlic Bread, was criticizing Yo Mama and basically trying to provide cover for J Malflo. He was saying that poor J Malflo was on the run from his family because they were trying to have him committed, as well they should have. Poor J Malflo was just mentally ill. Poor J Malflo was such a victim and blah, blah, blah. And that he was being victimized by everybody. No, J Malflo was a sick, sadistic motherfucker who went to jail for 2 years because of what he did to his dog. And we all know this, all right? But it was your pretend boyfriend who ran cover for him and criticized Yo Mama while trying to make J Malflo sound like a harmless, mentally ill kid who was just mixed up and, needed some help, some support, whatever. And ironically, J Malflo ended up going to prison longer for abusing that dog than Michael Vick did for running that dogfighting ring. Isn't that something? Is that not some shit? So I really don't want to play this part because why would I? So let's continue.
Everything's a joke. Him talking about abandoning his daughter to a groomer.
And then when I asked you just now about your daughter and what you do, she's 20 with the Boogie, you said you would disown her. Not, I want to figure out why she would ever be with someone like that. Maybe I did something wrong.
If I told her not to be, and gave her everything and said, get away from this guy, and she wanted to go off on her own with a 50-year-old man because she's now out of my home and she wants to bring that around me, I'm not bringing that around me.
What do you mean?
I'm not bringing that guy around me. I'm not bringing that guy around nobody that I know. And if that's who she wants to be with, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not. Don't come around me.
I'm gonna tell you what I would do. You know what I would do?
Nobody cares.
Calling his wife. We all know we have called your wife and talked to her too, and that's why people are laughing because you're in the bathroom secretly doing a video. Allegedly.
No.
You didn't show anything. Show the whole email, not just the notification you get on the home screen on your phone. You did not address how you lied. You said that J Mel's mom reached out to you because this was a mentally ill individual. And you said that his mother reached out to you for help, which was a lie.
So here we are 3 years later. You emailed me in the morning, and when I seen your email and I seen that you wanted to interview, I didn't know exactly why. But then when you gave me the heads up about what he put live, And when I see those 4, 5, 6 different videos live, I was extremely appalled.
You also said that after everything was over, after the whole situation with J Mal allegedly abusing his dog, you said that you forgave J Mal because you don't care about pets like that. Remember, you made a joke about kicking cats. I would never make a joke about kicking my dog.
Right, but there's a difference, and I have to stick to this. There's a difference between making a shitty, tasteless joke that nobody laughs at about kicking a cat and actually doing what J Malflo did to that dog. That actually happened in real life. What J Malflo did was actual animal abuse. And there is video evidence of it. Right? So, I'm sorry, but the two are not on the same page. They're not even in the same room. And as far as J Malflo's mother is concerned, that clip, I think, was out of context. I think that she may have reached out to him first, and then he emailed her and tried to get her on. I think that that was totally and completely out of pocket. He shouldn't have done it. I don't believe in bringing the relatives of people or the friends of people. People from content creators' real lives, I don't think belong on a platform, especially when you're dealing with somebody who is sick, like J Malflo. I don't give a shit how desperate his mother was to get the word out or to get her story out. I don't care. It was irresponsible. You should not be bringing people's parents, friends, acquaintances, college buddies, exes, whatever. Shouldn't be doing it. You should not be doing it. And for that, I criticize you, Mama. I think that that was the wrong thing to do. Period. So let's finish this up.
So you went through all the trouble to private all of your videos. And I said this before. You unexpectedly went on vacation when people were coming at you in your chat.
Okay, yeah, but when people are coming for your channel, when you are getting brigaded, when your channel is getting brigaded, the smartest thing to do is to private your entire channel. Private everything until the insanity passes. You know, it's just a good form of self-preservation. That's what you do. So, okay.
You had to get off. You were very disturbed. It was quite obvious. Why don't you put that video up? Because it was kind of like you didn't want to get off live stream, but then you didn't want to listen to what people were saying or read what people were saying. So you were just talking to Belinda. I remember that. You went through deleting community posts and comments, but never gave an update to your viewers about you being on vacation. So you went through all this trouble to private all of your videos.
Why is he obligated to let his viewers know that he's on vacation? Why does he need to let people know that? It's nobody's business where he's privating the videos. It's nobody's fucking business where he is at any given moment. He doesn't have to update you, the internet, his community, or anybody else with his whereabouts. And the fact that you would sort of demand that, I think, is really weird, Bridget. I think it's weird. But no content creator is required to turn in like a vacation slip and then post it. Oh, I'm going to be at such and such a place for X amount of time. No. And even if he lied about being out of town, it's his prerogative. Who gives a shit? It's not that big of a deal, Bridget.
You privated your entire channel. And then when you came back, you reactivated your channel. But still, there were no videos. And you took down all of the community posts where you were talking about people.
Okay.
But not once did you update any of your viewers saying, oh, I'm going to be back. Don't worry about it. I'm just on vacation.
And now he's back.
At no point in time did you go on Twitter and all those people, your friends, suspected white supremacist Peanut.
There she goes
She's
again.
asking, what the fuck is going on?
Suspected white supremacist Peanut. Bridget, you know, it's not 2021 anymore. You know, and I know that this kind of shit was a good way of shutting people up. This was a very effective technique that was used by certain people to try and get a hate mob focusing on a channel, getting a creator taken down, maybe getting a creator fired, getting family members contacted and all that shit. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. Suspected white supremacist Peanut. I'm going to need you to provide some evidence of these claims, Bridget. I'm going to need you to show me, point blank period, why it is that you feel that you have the fucking right to go on the internet and make that accusation. I need to see that with my own two eyes. Let's continue.
No communication to anybody. Your hundreds of people that watch you, that have been wanting you to come back, you deleted comments from your own community post.
Oh, no.
You liked comments on your community post of people saying that, oh, please come back, this, that, and the other. You liked comments. You deleted comments of people that don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
But not at one time could you give an update saying, hey, I'm on vacation.
And?
Dude, you full of shit.
So what?
And anybody believing this shit, talking about people in his community, y'all stupid as fuck for believing this bullshit.
Nobody cares.
This dude is a liar. He fabricates stories about people. And at this point in time, people are taking shit, talking about the cat abuse situation, and they're running with it because that's what you do. You lied about the whole Michael Vick situation. You lied about people taking the bus. You lie about people fucking living in dorms. You lie, you lie, you lie. You're a liar. And at this point in time, nobody, except for this last video that you've done, nobody should pay attention to you anymore. You're trash. That's all I have to say. I'll see you guys sometime in the future, but I won't be talking about this stupid motherfucker no more.
Yeah, well, I'm pressing X to doubt. Pressing X to doubt. Yeah. Ain't that something? Yeah, I know, Raven. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how certain individuals feel entitled to throw around that accusation and get away with it. Because who's going to come forward and refute what they say? Who's going to do it? They're afraid of a mob coming after them. There are no mobs coming anymore. Again, it's not 2021. I can come on here and I can talk all about the transgender issue. And guess what? What is anybody going to fucking do about it? You know, before you could contact my job. You could, reach out into my real life. You could make my life a living hell. It's a different day. It's a different time. It's a different era. The same thing with all these accusations of racism and homophobia and all this other shit. It's not the way it used to be. It's not like that. I know the community is full of insanity and crazy people, but it's not... It's not the same atmosphere. Let's put it that way. So, cut it out, Bridget. This is bullshit. You know goddamn well that what you're saying is bullshit. But, no, we've got to point fingers at Yo Mama in order to defend garlic bread. This is what we have to focus on. Well, that was awful. So, tomorrow... I told you that Karsten is going to be on. We are going to be talking about Snow White, which he actually saw, and which I refused to see. So I'm very, very excited about that. I found a story on Soft White Underbelly, which is it's a different type of story for the Soft White Underbelly host to feature. I think he's branching out. He's not just focusing on Skid Row anymore. He's trying to bring in other topics. And it was an incredibly heartbreaking story about a father of twin boys. The wife was a pediatrician, and it is one of the saddest examples of Transhausen by proxy that I have seen in a very long time. The wife became fixated on turning one of the twin boys into a girl. And the fight that the father had with the ex-wife, and the fight that he had to try and keep the wife from medicating this kid. And the kid was quite young, very, very young. So the father's story is really tragic because they had lived in Texas, and the mother moved this child to California, that has some kind of a shield law. It's like a safe haven for families that want to transition these kids, and they live in states where it's either illegal or restricted or whatever. And so it's the father's fight to try and keep the mother from medically intervening on this very, very young boy. It is really, really heartbreaking. And I thought, well, maybe I'll play that at some point this coming week. But this coming week is going to be filled with medical interventions because of my situation, my health situation. So we'll see. But tomorrow is going to be fun. Tomorrow is going to be Snow White Day. Crochetter and I will focus on Snow White and a lot of shade. We're going to throw a lot of shade. So anyway, I've been here for over 2 hours. I think, wait, let's see. In Kelly. Yeah. Wait, here we go. Yeah, it's really, really sad. And I thought that, I thought the interview was a very good one, and it was quite heartbreaking. So, anyway. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I've been here for over 2 hours. That is it. I'm done. Goodbye. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being here and accompanying me on this journey of nonsense. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. Not sure what time. Karsten and I will decide. But keep your eyes peeled. It'll be on my community tab and on Twitter. All right? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Oh,